Welcome to Headphone News, Greater Vancouver edition for Monday, November 25, 2024.
Winter holiday events in Metro Vancouver. Metro Vancouver in British Columbia, Canada, is celebrating the winter holiday season with a range of family-friendly events. The Festival of Lights at Van Dusen Gardens runs from November 29 to January 5, showcasing over 1 million lights. The Vancouver Christmas Market at Jack Pool Plaza opens from December 13 to November 24, featuring food, live music, and a carousel. The Bright Nights train at Stanley Park operates from November 29 to January 4 and has already sold out of tickets. In Burnaby, the Burnaby Village Museum is open from November 23 to January 3, with carousel rides priced at $2.75. The Bear Creek Christmas train in Surrey runs from December 4 to December 29, offering visits from Santa. The Noel Holiday Light Festival at Cloverdale Fairgrounds takes place from November 28 to December 23. Other highlights include the Bright Walk in White Rock and the lights at Lafarge Lake in Coquitlam. These events not only provide festive entertainment but also support local businesses during the holiday season.
Jordan Abel wins Literary Award for Empty Spaces. Jordan Abel, a Nisga'a writer from British Columbia, has won the prestigious Governor-General's Literary Award for his novel, Empty Spaces. This award recognizes excellence in Canadian literature and includes a prize of $25,000 CAD, about $18,250 USD. Empty Spaces presents a modern Indigenous perspective on the classic tale, The Last of the Mohicans, exploring themes of displacement and identity. Abel expressed surprise at receiving an award from a colonial institution, noting that it reflects changes in Canadian literary recognition over the past 10 to 20 years. The Governor-General, Mary Simon, an Inuk woman, has highlighted the importance of reconciliation and representation in Canada. The award ceremony acknowledged 14 titles, with 7 in English and 7 in French, showcasing the diversity of voices in Canadian literature. Abel's work is known for its experimental style, which lacks traditional human characters and dialogue, focusing instead on land and Indigenous identity. This recognition of empty spaces signifies a growing acceptance of Indigenous narratives in the Canadian literary landscape, encouraging future authors to share their stories. Abel is also working on a new poetry project titled Dad Era, which will explore Indigenous knowledge and parenting.
Canada's tree planting program faces challenges. The federal government of Canada has fallen short of its tree planting goals. For the 2023-24 planting season, the target was to plant 60 million trees, but only 46.6 million were planted. This ambitious program aims to plant 2 billion trees by 2030-31 to combat climate change. Since its launch in 2021, a total of 157.6 million trees have been planted. However, this figure includes trees from other initiatives, leading to criticism about how the numbers are reported. The government is planning to plant an additional 716 million trees in the coming years, supported by a funding commitment of $3.2 billion over 10 years.
Cat rescue highlights trapping concerns in British Columbia. A tuxedo cat named Vinny was rescued after suffering serious injuries from a hunting snare in British Columbia, Canada. The British Columbia Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, known as BCSPCA, started a fundraising campaign to cover Vinny's medical expenses, with a goal of $3,450 Canadian dollars, which is about $2,550 United States dollars. The campaign quickly surpassed its target, raising nearly double the amount. The veterinary team is working hard to treat Vinny's injuries, which may require a partial amputation for full recovery. Reports show that incidents of pets caught in traps are on the rise, with 15 cases reported last year, compared to 8 in 2015. The Fur Bearers, a wildlife protection charity, is calling on the government to strengthen regulations to protect pets from traps. As Vinny continues to recover, he will soon be available for adoption.
Murder charge in Vancouver homicide. A man has been charged with second-degree murder in the homicide of Roshni Gurung, a 26-year-old woman. Her body was found in a home in the Renfrew-Collingwood neighborhood of Vancouver, British Columbia. Police received a call around midnight and discovered Gurung deceased at the scene. Another man in his 20s was found with serious injuries and taken to the hospital. The suspect, Tenzin, aged 46, was arrested at the scene and also faces a charge of aggravated assault. He remains in custody and is scheduled to appear in court on November 26. The investigation is ongoing, and police are asking anyone with information to come forward.
North Vancouver residents oppose highway changes. Residents of North Vancouver, British Columbia, are voicing strong opposition to a proposal to reconfigure Mountain Highway. The plan would change the current traffic setup from 2 lanes southbound and 1 lane northbound to a single lane in each direction. Cheryl Atchison, a local organizer, is leading a petition against these changes, raising concerns that even minor incidents could cause significant traffic congestion and safety issues. Many believe the existing 2-lane southbound configuration is more effective. This proposal aims to enhance safety and mobility along the highway, which has a high rate of accidents involving pedestrians and cyclists. A council meeting is coming up soon to discuss the proposal, which could greatly affect daily commuters and the local community.
Second Cup ends franchise agreement over anti-Semitic comments. Second Cup Canada has ended its franchise agreement with a franchisee at the Jewish General Hospital in Montreal, Quebec. This action comes after the franchisee made hateful remarks during a recent protest outside Concordia University. Videos captured the franchisee using anti-Semitic language and making a Nazi salute. Peter Mamas, CEO of Foodtastic, which owns Second Cup, emphasized that the company maintains a zero-tolerance policy for hate speech. The franchisee's actions breached the company's community values and commitment to inclusion. As a result, both cafe locations run by the franchisee have been closed. This incident underscores ongoing tensions surrounding protests related to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in Montreal, a city recognized for its cultural diversity.
TransLink CEO discusses financial challenges in Vancouver. On November 24, 2024, the CEO of TransLink, Kevin Quinn, spoke to business leaders in Vancouver, British Columbia, about significant financial challenges facing the transit system. TransLink is dealing with a deficit of approximately $4.7 billion. Quinn noted that increasing ridership and a shift toward energy-efficient vehicles are reducing gas tax revenue, which is crucial for funding public transit. He also highlighted a new partnership with PCI Developments aimed at creating mixed-use developments at future SkyTrain stations. This initiative seeks to generate new revenue streams for the transit system. The conversation underscored the urgent need for solutions to support public transit in a rapidly growing city.
Investigation reveals avian flu impact on seals in Quebec. An investigation in Quebec has raised significant concerns about the H5N1 avian flu virus affecting seals. In 2022, 209 seals were reported dead or sick in the St. Lawrence River. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that infected bird carcasses likely contributed to the spread of the virus among seals. Experts warn that marine mammals could carry the virus and undergo mutations, potentially posing risks to humans. Recently, avian influenza was detected at poultry farms in Montérégie, Quebec. The first confirmed human case of H5N1 in Canada was reported in British Columbia. Experts recommend caution but emphasize that there is no need for panic at this time.
Arrest in Brampton sexual assault cases. Peel Regional Police have arrested a suspect in connection with 3 sexual assaults that occurred near bus stops in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. The incidents involved a man pretending to be a rideshare driver, offering rides to women who had not requested them. 2 of the assaults happened on November 8, 2024, and the third occurred on November 16, 2024. Victims reported being driven away and assaulted, with one victim managing to escape and receive help from bystanders. The police are expected to provide more details about the suspects soon. These incidents raise serious concerns about the safety of rideshare users and emphasize the need for better safety measures in public spaces.
Indigenous artist launches new board game. Luke Parnell, an Indigenous artist from Prince Rupert, British Columbia, has developed a new tabletop game called Three Ravens. This game accommodates 3 to 5 players and features unique cards inspired by Northwest Coast art. Players will need strategy and teamwork to succeed. Parnell started designing games during the COVID-19 pandemic after losing interest in traditional art. An online fundraising campaign for Three Ravens will begin on May 7, 2024. This game showcases the growing presence of Indigenous creators in the gaming industry, emphasizing the importance of cultural heritage and expression.
Tragic shooting of teen in Manitoba. A 17-year-old boy named Elgin Muskego was shot by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police in Norway House Cree Nation, Manitoba, Canada. This incident took place early on November 24, 2024, when police responded to a call about a teenager who was reportedly agitated and armed. Reports suggest that Muskego did not comply with police demands to drop the weapon. His grandparents expressed profound sadness and disbelief regarding the use of lethal force. The community is filled with anger and frustration, believing that police could have handled the situation differently. An investigation is currently underway to look into the details surrounding the shooting. This tragic event underscores the urgent need for accountability and brings attention to the systemic issues faced by Indigenous communities in Canada.
Toronto Maple Leafs defeat Utah Hockey Club. On November 24, 2024, the Toronto Maple Leafs secured a 3-2 victory over the Utah Hockey Club at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Canada. This game marked the first ever matchup between the two teams. Mitch Marner was instrumental in the win, scoring 2 goals during a strong second period that helped extend the Maple Leafs' winning streak to 4 games. William Nylander also added to the score, netting his 14th goal of the season. The Utah Hockey Club came into this game after ending a 3-game losing streak with a win against the Pittsburgh Penguins the previous day. The Maple Leafs played without their captain, Austin Matthews, who is sidelined with an upper body injury. This victory sets the Maple Leafs up well as they look ahead to upcoming games against the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Passerby stabbed during shoplifting incident in Vancouver. On November 24, 2024, a serious incident took place in Vancouver, British Columbia. A passerby intervened during a shoplifting attempt at a liquor store around 10:30 p.m. when a security guard tried to stop the shoplifter. The 63-year-old passerby stepped in to assist. Unfortunately, the passerby was stabbed during the altercation. Emergency services arrived quickly and provided first aid at the scene. The shoplifting suspect managed to flee but was later apprehended along with 3 accomplices. All 4 suspects have since been released on bail. This incident highlights ongoing concerns about public safety and crime in urban areas.
COP29 Climate Summit ends with $300 billion agreement. The COP29 Climate Summit has wrapped up in Baku, Azerbaijan, with a new agreement to provide $300 billion in climate finance. This funding is intended to help developing nations tackle the effects of global warming over the next 10 years. Many representatives from these countries expressed disappointment, stating that the agreement falls short of their needs. Concerns about U.S. climate policy under Trump also played a significant role in the discussions. The results of this summit raise critical questions about future international cooperation on climate issues.
That is all the news for today. Thank you for listening to today's headphone news. News summary brought to you by AI.